All right, Shalom. First, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Murcha, Kodash. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings to the elect. This is an article, all right, dealing with QR code certificates, okay, as a proof of vaccination in the UK, which it says here from rtnews.com. It says, football for vaccination. UK could go full Orwellian or full Orwell with QR code certificates as health authorities pick carrot over stick. It says the UK may offer incentives so people get the COVID-19 jab, rewarding compliance with a special QR code they can use as proof of vaccination for entry into sports matches and other events. Sources told the UK Daily Telegraph, hoping to motivate Britons to seek out the still unapproved jab. The government is mulling, meaning they're thinking about it, issuing QR codes or other form of digital immunity certificate to vaccine recipients' mobile phones, allowing them to attend cultural and sporting events closed to the unvaccinated, sources told the Telegraph on Tuesday. So, as you can already see, that is one way to go about it. They could say, oh, you don't want to get it? Fine. We're not going to make you. But just know you can't attend this. You can't go here. You can't do this. You can't take this. All right. And this is like the scene from Songbird where the boyfriend of the girl tries to get somewhere on his bike, and then you have the troops all over there, and then they have their guns pointed at him, and he says, wait, hold on 1 second, I'm immune. All right. Oh, I want to see if I can find it real quick. All right, he basically says, I'm immune, and he shows them, I guess, his wrist. Let's look at that Songbird trailer. There it is.
Big Tech loves spinning phones, dripping paint, anything to hide that their new phone is a lot like their previous one. Back market doesn't need...
Horrifying new development. New data confirms the virus attacks
All right, I'm just gonna. Yep, here it is, right here.
the brain tissue.
Hey, whoa, I'm immune!
See, I'm immune, and he's showing them his tag, all right, to show them, or his certificate of immunity. Okay, as they show you in this trailer. So just like he's trying to get to a certain location, and they're like, oh, where the hell you think you going?
Brain tissue.
See that? Take it back. Boom. They got the dude. He got the gun mounted and everything.
New data confirms the virus attacks the brain tissue.
Boom. Ready. They like, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, whoa, I'm
immune. So he's showing them that. Okay, and that's ultimately what it's gonna come to. Okay? You can't go certain places if you don't have, if you're not immune. If you're not immune, all right, you just might get shot if you're found out of a certain area. They might have a certain area that's quarantined off for those that don't take the vaccine. And if they catch you out of that area, they just might kill you. Okay? In the name of public health safety. It says one minister pointed out that the Tokyo Olympics, which has been postponed until next year due to the pandemic, is already considering requiring proof of vaccination for spectators. And you have to understand that it starts off with the walls closing in, but you still have a little bit of space. But as they close in more and more and more, your space gets less and less and less till you start getting squeezed until you're crushed to death. That is how they move. So it may start off with something you can manage, you can deal with it till you can't. It may start off with, oh, okay, fine. I guess I just won't go to a football game or a basketball game, because I don't want the vaccine. But then soon it becomes grocery stores, hospitals, your own home. You can't stay there. You're putting people in danger. Can't go to work. Can't go to school. You're running the risk of getting thrown into an isolation camp. You're running the risk of dying. You see, it gets closer and closer until you have no other option and they squeeze you to death. It says, I think there are lots of people who think it is a logical extension, and lots of people are interested in it, he told the outlet, adding that some countries already require or required a battery of shots in order to work in a state run nursery prior to COVID 19. He didn't say which countries those were. And you got to understand that the previous viruses and vaccines, and people say, oh, well, there's certain areas that, you know, you can't work there, you can't go there if you don't have this shot and this shot. But understand that COVID is different. COVID is the shot that they're trying to use for their New World Order. The previous outbreaks and diseases were a step closer, but it wasn't ultimately what they were going to use to get there. Okay? And so there's a lot of information behind it. We're dealing with an mRNA vaccination here. All right, messenger RNA, which we don't even know what exactly is in it. All you know is that it can quote unquote give you immunity from COVID, which has basically the same symptoms as a flu. All right, meaning it's a virus, and you can treat a virus using antiviral remedies. But hold up, they're gonna take my video down for saying that. It says, while the source defended the conversation around bribing Brits to take a relatively untested vaccine that hasn't undergone the usual safety studies as purely political, another minister was more blunt in his assessment, telling the Telegraph, one way of opening up society would be those people who have had vaccinations carry some kind of QR code or some sort of immunity certification which allows or which shows Salakia that they have been tested. Okay, and so there's going to be a difference. Okay, there's gonna be a difference between those that have been tested and those that haven't. And eventually, when it comes down to the mark of the beast, there will also be a difference between those that have the mark and those that don't. It says the National Health Services Test and Trace app already uses QR codes in its operations, asking users to scan a venue-specific code upon arriving at a particular location. And health authorities have previously floated the idea of repurposing the app as an immunity passport to identify individuals with antibodies against the virus. However, that idea was shelved amid criticism about the inaccuracy of the tests and worries that the passport would represent a perverse reason for individuals to get infected in order to be able to return to some resemblance or to some semblance of a normal life. Um, yeah, here it is. It says UK Behavioral Insights Team, also known as the Nudge Unit, earlier this month issued a report calling on the government to incentivize mass testing using rewards rather than penalties, citing the importance of increasing uptake amid asymptomatic or testing averse populations. People who test negative should receive a paper wristband. Okay, I'm immune. I'm immune. All right. It says that allows them entry into venues and other privileges they suggested. But the vaccine is right around the corner, right? So they're setting up all these policies so when it comes out, they could just fit right there. It says the nudge unit cited Slovakia, which managed to test 97% of its population in a little over 2 weeks, using the incentive of paper certificates granting the bearer immunity from curfew. You see? So here it is. Let's say curfew, 7 p.m. You outside. You get caught. They ask you, why are you out? What's going on? Let me see your immunity certificate. And here it is. You don't have one. It's a wrap. It says, as a success story for this method. However, Ticketmaster was already forced to walk back a plan to make proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test mandatory for admission to its events last week after widespread public outcry against the proposal. But you see, right now they'll do things like that, but very soon, public outcries are not going to make a difference. And soon they're going to be silenced. It says the UK's influential policy exchange think tank last month published a paper urging the government to clarify its plans for a national digital ID. And what did Klaus Schwab say? That there's gonna be a fusion, okay? And I'm gonna keep referencing it. He said that there's gonna be a fusion. See if I can pull it up again. All right, of a fusion of our physical, digital, and biological identity. So whenever you hear digital ID, understand that it's gonna be biotechnology. It's gonna involve your body, man. It's not gonna be just your cell phone. It says suggesting that the development of a digital vaccination certificate might be used to increase voluntary uptake. The general rush to vaccinate some under intense criticism, or the general rush to vaccinate has come under intense criticism, with skeptics urging caution due to the unprecedented tight timetable of the shot's development. The last jab rushed to market um, in the UK. 2009 swine flu shot had catastrophic side effects, and the government was forced to pay out millions of pounds in compensation to its victims. However, UK officials have opted to rein in criticism of the vaccine companies, with the Labour Party even proposing emergency legislation earlier this week to stamp out anti vaccine content on social media. All right. So you already know where this is going, man. All right. Now I'm gonna read this real quick. This is from the book of Second Ezra, chapter 16, verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word. Make you ready for to thy battle, and in those evils be even as pilgrims upon the earth." Okay, because understand that the time is coming when whatever you quote unquote own is gonna be taken from you. In order to retain your license on it, you're gonna need to comply by their rules. Whatever you have here is going to be instituted and become a part of the beast system. And unless you're a part of the beast system, you're not going to have access to the things that are part of the beast system. So you're going to have to be like a pilgrim. You're going to need to understand that you ain't going to have anything permanent as of now. All right. It says, "He that selleth, let him be as he that fleeth away, and he that buyeth as one that will lose." A new house, a new car, all these things is going to get to the point where it's not going to matter. So you got to have that mindset to not be too attached to this world, because life is about to get very, very hard. And you need to be able to let things go and be on the move. You can't be like Lot's wife, or else you will get caught up. It says, "He that occupieth merchandise as he that hath no profit by it, and he that buildeth as he that shall not dwell therein." Okay, so you got to understand, man, this is the times we're coming into. It's going to get active. It's going to get, it's going to get rough. Okay, but you got to be ready to trust in the spirit and be on the go, man. All right, so with that, I hope you were edified. In closing, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruach HaKodesh. Until next time, Shalom.